Hello everyone. We'll begin our session this evening on CAO information for parents and guardians, and thank you all for attending. My name is Georgina and I work with the student recruitment team in DCU. So this evening, in the short space of time that we have, I'm going to briefly cover the NFQ, the National Framework of Qualifications, the CAO, the Central Application System, and PLC, post-leaving cert routes into university, and then just talk a little bit about research and follow up pieces on from that. So the NFQ is the National Framework of Qualifications, and that's how qualifications are awarded in Ireland, and indeed used for comparison with other qualifications, and also in recognition of the qualification that you're doing for here and for abroad. So Leaving Cert students are currently doing the level 5 certificate that you see there. And when they come to university, if a student decides to come to university, they will be coming to do a qualification that is at level 8. There are qualifications you can do in between, like, for example, if you want to go to a local college of further education, just to give brief examples, like Whitehall or Dunboyne, you would be doing qualifications at level 5 or 6, which is advanced certificate. And if, for example, you were going to a university like a technical university, TUD, you could possibly be doing a qualification an advanced certificate again, 6, or ordinary bachelor degree, level 7 or 8, and so on. But when you come to university, you start studying at level 8. So you jump from level 5 to level 8. So setting up your CAO account, I've no doubt some of you have already set it up, but there's no harm in doing a recap, or indeed some of you are thinking of setting it up and want to go about the best way to do that. So you're going to go to the website CAO.ie to start your application. When you open CAO.ie, this is the page that comes up. So it's really user-friendly site. It's really helpful. It has lots of helpful tabs and links and so on. So for example, down the right, it says there, bottom right, important dates, important to keep your eye on that one. There's a parents and guardians page there, all sorts of different information. If you want to apply for a CAO application, if you go up the top of the page there, the little green tab that says apply, you do it there. And then when you have an application done and your details have been sent to you, you can go into my application there, the tab on the top, which is in red with a little star beside it. So you can explore that page yourself. But when you go in to apply, this is what you're going to see, for example. So you've got your CAO application form, and we really do recommend that you fill in every single bit of information that is asked of you to get a full picture and a complete application for yourself, so there's no confusion down the line. So you can see there they're asking for the normal basic simple stuff like surname, address, date of birth, all those kind of things, and make sure you fill everything in. And then you will come to this page. So what you want to do then is let them know what level of assessment and qualification you're doing at the moment. So just for example, for now, we'll say that you're doing the Irish Leaving Cert. So you're going to tick number 1 then, but it's important you let them know what exams it is that you are going to do. And then you come to this page where you will be paying, and you're going to create a password for yourself. So 2 very important things to remember about, and I'm saying, very important to fill in every box that they ask you to fill in. 2 very important parts of it are your email address, first of all, which would be just at the bottom of this page here. It's really important to fill in an email address that you're very realistic and committed to checking, because they will get in touch with you via email and they will send you important information that you need to check up on. So make sure you check that quite regularly, and also make sure you check spam, just in case something that they've sent you and that you need to respond to has gone into your spam. And then what you do at the end of it is you're creating an account password. And this is also very important, because you will also be using this when you're logging into your CAO application from where they've sent you some information on your email, and you will be using your CAO number and your account password as well. So note your passport, or use a passport that you find very easy to remember. So your application number will be communicated to you by the CAO by email, and you can also get it texted to you if you want to. They allow that as well, and they give you an option for that as well. So this number is private to you and particular to you, and it will be used in every correspondence between yourself and the CAO going forward. So it is important to keep that number handy so that there's no confusion at the end of the day or distress if you can't find it at some stage. Again, make sure you check your emails regularly because they will correspond with you that way, and also check for spam and note your password, as I've said before, so that anytime you need to check anything to do with CAO, that you can do it quickly without too much distress because you've all your information at hand there. At some stage down the line from your school, you will be getting down the line, as I said, you will be getting a Leaving Cert number. Do not forget to put that in. I know of somebody who had their CAO filled out perfectly, had their courses in order of preference that they wanted them and got the right amount of points to get the course they wanted, but they had forgotten, with all the excitement of doing exams and stress and everything, they'd forgotten to put in their Leaving Cert number. So at the end of the day, when the Leaving Cert results came out and they knew they got good results, they did not get an offer from the CAO because they simply hadn't put in their Leaving Cert number. CAO is a computerized system, so it's only as good as the information you're putting into it. So it has to link your CAO application to your actual Leaving Cert results. So put that in when you get it as well. So you will be sent a statement of application record, will be emailed to you by the CAO before the end of May. And what you're to do here, this is them giving you an opportunity to check what you have told it your information is and the courses, for example, that you want to do. So you check then at that stage, or any stage, but certainly double, triple check at this stage, that all the potential courses that you think you want to do are noted down and in order of preference that you want them noted down. This is absolutely crucial. So put the first course that you want to do first, your most preferred course that in an ideal world you get the points you get and you would love an offer on that course, for example. Put that first, your second one second, your third one third, etc., all the way down to your 10th option. Are the course codes correct? So don't, by mistake, put in an incorrect course code that you're getting an offer of a course that you don't even want or didn't mean to. Have all the exams taken mentioned? Have you ticked the box, for example, as I said earlier, for your Leaving Cert results? And if you are eligible and if you've been assessed for here and there, have you got that recorded on your CAO application as well? And again, did you include your Leaving Cert number so that your Leaving Cert results can tally to your actual CAO application? And if you see any errors, if you can't correct them yourself, like just a misspelling or a course code incorrect or something, inform the CAO immediately so that it all is in order for you and it's less distressing that way. But just to recap on a couple of important dates here. Well, first of all, students have to apply. So 6th-year students who want to go to university, you have to go through the central applications office, CAO.ie. Universities will not take direct applications from students. So the CAO opened early in November for 25 entry, September 25 into university. On the 1st of February, it will close for new applications, and the fee at that stage will be 45. However, if you apply before the 20th of January, your fee will be reduced to €30. On the 1st of May, then, you can still apply up to the 1st of May. They're called late applications, and your fee at that stage would be €60. And another date to keep your eye on is if you are eligible for here or there, that is in and around early March. So keep your eye on that. And we also suggest you look up accesscollege.ie. That's a great website that will give you lots of information in relation to the here and there routes and eligibility and so on. And then the CAO closes down for change of mind facility on the 1st of July. So at that stage, of course, you've made sure you've done all your research and you're very happy with the courses that you've chosen. So if you get the points and you've got the entry requirements, does that lead to an offer? Let's explore that a little bit. So your points are attached to the grades. So, for example, a HG grade in the Leaving Cert is 77 points, which would be 70 to 79 in the exam. And your overall points are calculated using the six highest grades that you have, which is why the maximum points available is 625 in the Leaving Cert. Then you've got general entry requirements for any university that you're interested in going to. So for DCU, you'll need a minimum of 6 Leaving Cert subjects at grade 06 H7. And these have to include English or Irish and the subject maths. And in addition to that, applicants must present at least 2 subjects at grade H5. So your specific course entry requirements you really need to keep track of this for any course you might be interested as well, because in addition to the general entry and the basic entry requirements and matriculation, there will be, for a lot of courses, specific course entry requirements, not for all, but for some. So for example, in relation to the amount of points it is for any course, you keep your eye on that you're aiming in and around for the amount of points to get the course that you hope to get. But also even with that, for example, our primary school teaching, you need a H4 in Irish. So the points for that this year are around 480. You could get 480 or indeed 520 or beyond, but if you don't have your H4 in Irish, you won't be getting offered a place. So please keep in touch with any specific course requirements there are. So points requirements are around supply versus demand. So this year, as more examples, it's 508 points for business studies or 420 for health and society. So what determines the points in any given course are the number of applicants in that course for that given year, the number of places in the particular course that you're going for, and the performance of applicants in that given year as well. So points will fluctuate, but they'll fluctuate a little bit up or down, but don't ever try to guess what it's going to be. But that's roughly what determines course points. So then what we've talked about is you know your points, you've gotten your points, and you've got the entry requirements, and you're aware of what all of those have to be. So then does that mean getting an offer? Well, based on your points and entry requirements, the CAO, which is of course a computerized system, will generate an offer for you based on what you have told us you wanted. So what your course order of preference is. Remember that the CAO is a computerized system, and it's only as good as the information that you give it. So if you've got the points and all the entry requirements, it will give you an offer based on that. So students are offered a place on whatever course they're eligible for, working down from their first preference all the way down to 10, depending on what they achieved, for example, in the Leaving Cert. Try to avoid predicting points or places or grades. Just put the course in that you would like first, and so on, so on. So there's an example of how to put your order of preference on your CAO and how you might go about it. So you've done some research and you think the course I really want is engineering, common entry DC 200. So I'm going to put that first, okay? So here's just, for example, I'm 1 to 3 on my CAO, and I've decided, I've done my research, I've really thought through what I think I might like to do with any information that is at hand for me. So I think I'm going to like engineering, and I put as my first preference engineering DC 200. Now I'm looking at the points there and I'm thinking I really should get around the 520 or whatever, but just in case I don't, I've done my research and I'm actually really also quite interested in computing for business. I think that would suit me very well as well, DC 120, and the points are lower. So if I don't get engineering and I got offered computing for business, I would be really quite happy with that as well. But lucky for me, I actually have lots of interests on subjects that I like doing in school. I know I really like geography, and I've looked up the DCU courses that would suit me in relation to geography, and you can actually do a joint honours arts degree, and you pick politics and your second subject can be geography. So I'm actually really quite happy to put that down as my third place. But engineering is my first choice. But if I got any of those, and if I don't get the points I want, I would be happy with that. The student I get, to use me as the example of being a student, I get my 520 plus points. So I get my engineering course, which is my first preference, and I've put it in the correct place on my CAO form because that was absolutely my preferred course. I get my points and all the entry requirements, and I get my course. So happy days. But how not to put your order of preference on your CAO. The course I really want is joint honours politics, and I also want to do geography. But because it's lower points than engineering or computing for business, maybe I should put it lower on my list, and maybe I should play around with the points a little bit. I don't really know what way it's going to all work out. So do you know what? It's lower points, and I think maybe because it's lower points, I'm going to put it down on the third preference, although it is the absolute course I want is my joint honours politics with geography, but I'm putting it down third because it's lower points, and also I might get higher points. Maybe engineering is the more sensible course to do, but I know in my heart I want my joint honours politics, but I'll put it third, and sure, if I get enough points, surely I'll get an offer. If I get enough points that go beyond the 358, and we'll say I even got 520 plus and I meet the entry requirements, that is the course I'm going to be offered. I'm going to get offered engineering DC 200 at my 520 points, even though I really want to joint honours politics. That's not the one I'm going to be offered. I get engineering. And because you have told the CAO that this is what you wanted, they are giving you the best offer possible based on what you've told it and based on what it can generate. So the rest of my preferences, 2 down to 10, my computing for business, my journal, are wiped. I got my first offer of engineering, and any other course I might want is gone then. And that's what I get. I get my engineering. So it's really, really important, strict order of preference. So you can never go down in the CAO. What I mean by that is a version of what I've just said. If I get my first option, 2 to 10 then are wiped off the system, okay? Because I've gotten my first preference, and the CAO is delighted to be able to offer me that. For example, sometimes what can happen is if you got offered your fourth preference on your list, it is possible to get offered sometimes something above your fourth. If a course doesn't fill in round 1, it could go to round 2 offers. You wouldn't bank on it, but it does happen occasionally, okay? So say, for example, I got my fourth offer, but I really wanted something above that. So we'd say I wanted computing for business, and there's 414 points, and there was 120 places on the course and 110 filled. That means there are 10 places available for the course in round 2, and I could possibly be offered one of those. It is a possibility, but again, I would never be banking on that. So you've got your points and you got your entry requirements. All right, you filled out your CAO to perfection. Well done, you got your offer. So you're going to accept a place, or you're going to try to defer a place. If you're accepting it, if you're accepting the offer that you get, do so by the reply date, because after the reply date, your offer will be lost. If you feel like you want to defer a place, do not accept your offer. What you do is you email the admissions office of the higher education institute that you want to go to. So we just say in this case it's DCU. You decide to defer your course. You email the admissions office in DCU. You give them your name as it appears on your CAO application. You quote your CAO application number and the course code for the offer you wish to defer. And you set out the reasons for your request, and you mark your email to the admissions office deferred entry. And that's how you do that. So we've gone through the NFQ, we've gone through applying for the CAO. I'm going to give you a brief outline of your post-leaving cert routes into DCU. Again, we're going back to our national framework of qualifications, which is how qualifications are awarded in Ireland. And to take us back there to level 5 and 6 and your local colleges of further education, which I said, for example, could be somewhere like Whitehall or Dunboyne. That's where you would go for your post-leaving cert courses. I'm going to show you this brief video, and then we'll go back to giving some information and background on that as well.
Are you thinking about completing a further education or PLC course? This video will give you lots of helpful information about applying to undergraduate courses at DCU. You can visit our website dcu.ie/FE, which lists all of the undergraduate courses that you can apply for, the number of places available through QQI FET, and there is also a link to the CAO website, which has the entry requirements for each course. When you look on the CAO webpage, you will see that we offer over 60 undergraduate courses with the QQI FET route. The first thing you need to do is check the entry requirements needed for each DCU course. Some programs require specific major awards and essential component awards, or modules, that you need to have. For example, DC 111 Business Studies. You can see that we accept any major Level 5 award. Under Essential Components, you need to have a distinction in module code B20029 Statistics, or 5N2066 Statistics, or C20139 Maths, or 5N1833 Maths, or an O4 or H6 or better in LCE Maths. And you must also have distinctions in at least 5 modules. QQI FET offer process. When you apply through QQI FET, you are not competing with Leaving Cert students. QQI FET has a separate route with places reserved just for FET students, and they compete through a separate system, different to the Leaving Certificate systems. You must complete a minimum of 120 module credits during your QQI FET course. At the end of each module, you will receive either a pass, merit, or distinction in each module. The maximum points you can get is 390 points. But to keep things simple, we would encourage you to aim for all distinctions, as this gives you the best chance of getting a place through QQI FET route into DCU. Places are offered in merit order based on QQI FET points. The higher number of points increases the potential of a place, but does not guarantee a place in DCU. We hope DCU will be your preferred choice as you continue your academic journey. You can find out more by attending an open day on campus, using the chatbot on each undergraduate course webpage, or chatting with one of our student ambassadors. You can find details on our QQI FET webpage, dcu.ie/FE.
This takes me a couple of clicks to get past this video. Bear with me here. There we go. So many universities have courses specifically reserved for students who want to come the PLC post-leaving cert route, and DCU are the same as well. So that's level 5. So our webpage, as you heard there, allows you to see all the different places reserved for post-leaving cert courses and how you might apply. So it's dcu.ie/FE, and that video is on our website as well. I think it's very useful if you wanted to have a look at that as well. So generally, post-leaving cert students will need a minimum of 5 distinctions in their level 5, but as you heard in the video, really aim higher than that if that's the route you think you want to go, because like anything, it is a competitive process. Specific module requirements really need to be adhered to. So for some example, for some specific courses you might need a specific module like 5N1833 maths. So really do keep your eye on that. But again, this is all mapped out on our website, and another excellent source of information are the local colleges of further education, They will give you further information via the guidance counsellors there. And you have to do a full level 5 award in one single sitting. So you can't do like 2 modules one year, 3 modules the next year. It doesn't work like that. It has to be in 1 year. So most DCU programs, 95% indeed, have places coming via the post-leaving cert route. But the only things you can't do in DCU at the moment via PLC route are primary school teaching, secondary school teaching with Irish, or Irish with French, German or Spanish, or our actuarial maths. But everything else is accessible via the PLC route. And then when you're applying via the CAO, you have to ensure to click number 2 there, which is the 22 to 25, it is now, FETAC route. So make sure you click that. And then all successful applicants who meet all course requirements will receive their offer in what's called round 0. It's in early August, so effectively it's before leaving cert results come out. That's just again to show you what the page looks like if you're going the PLC pathway, all on our website. Just let's pretend you want DC 110, which is Business Studies International. You'll see that there's 9 places there. You have to get it this year. You have to get at least 374 points, but again, always aim very high. And if you click into the requirements for DC 110, you'll see if there are any special module requirements that you need for that as well and what they are. And then what you can do is you find out which College of Further Education is running those modules and you attend that course. So we've done the NFQ, we've done applying via the CAO and the PLC routes, just a little bit about research and so on DCU. What the university degree 4-year looks like is roughly this. Your year 1 is your broad base of knowledge. You're getting familiar with the course, you're starting doing assignments, you're getting familiar with going to lectures and meeting lecturers and college mates, classmates and all of that kind of thing. Hopefully it's also a year, it will be a year indeed for you guys to settle in. School is a lot different to university. And some people come in and they love the autonomy and the maturity of all the new ways of learning. And for others, it's a little bit of a settling in period, and they find it, they're trying to understand how it all works and where they fit in to the big picture. Sometimes that can be a little bit daunting for people. Never worry if that is the way it is for you. When you come in there, we have a fabulous SS&D, Student Support and Development Centre, and they have all sorts of supports available for you to help you through your college years, not even just first year. And you will be more dependent on yourself when you come into college, like on your own motivation and sense of responsibility to get your assignments done. There won't be any teachers or guidance counsellors or anything like that to kind of guide you along. You're much more autonomous. Year 2, then you go into deeper learning and development. You're getting more into the course. You're a bit more familiar with college life and so on. And you're understanding what the course is about and what it means to you for now and for going forward. In year 3, and I think this is a big selling point for DCU, we offer what's called an integrated training opportunity in 80% of our courses. And what that means is, depending on what you're studying, you get sent out on a real live work opportunity for the year. A lot of times you get paid during that year as well, and relevant to what you're studying, you get excellent experience. So you come out of college with a fabulous academic degree, but also with really invaluable work and professional experience as well. It gives you confidence, it gives you an idea of what you're going to be working in the field you're going to be working in future years. And it's also fantastic to have on your CV, and potential employers love it. And there, year 4, then you come back to graduate with us. And you can start to specialize a little bit. For example, doing modules related to maybe particular aspects of your course and college degree that you're interested in. I also wanted to say we offer study abroad opportunities as well. So some people opt not to do integrated training, but to go away for a year to a foreign country and do an Erasmus program, for example. So then the opportunities, attractive features for, university studying courses. Well, really, it's a great opportunity for those who do and are interested in going to university. You can get to study abroad, or you can get to do work placements. You're meeting people from other countries. You're broadening horizons and maturing all the while and building a great CV. And then you can get closer to any industry requirements that for the area you want to work in. You've got an excellent qualification, and you will have experience, either work or travel, and you'll be networking along the way as well. So there is some flexibility in the modules as well, often offering opportunities to sculpt a course in a way that suits you and your particular interests as you're going along. And you will develop a growth in independent learning and research as well. So there's lots of great reasons for developing yourselves professionally and personally, academic, by coming to university. So last slide here, trying to get it to move on. Sorry. Doesn't want to move on for me. Oh, there, sorry. So yes, just to get a very quick overview again, just when you're doing any research, well, it's very important to do research on the courses you want. First of all, I'm sure you know that. It's very important because you really need to have an understanding of what you're getting into. So look at the entry requirements for universities as well as the course that you're interested in, and then along with the points and your specific subject requirements as well, so you have an idea of what you're getting into and what you're looking at. Order the CAO. We can't say it enough. In strict order of preference. If you, in an ideal world, you get the points you get, what is the first course you want to get offered, and put it in that order, 1, 2, 3, all the way down to 10. Explore alternative pathways. I've just gone through the PLC. That might suit you at the time. You might have gotten the points you wanted first time around, or you might be still examining and thinking about exactly what it is you want to do. So you start doing a PLC to see if you're interested in that particular area. And also important to listen to yourselves or the student in your life to see what it is you like, what are you good at, what do you think you'd be interested in doing for the next 3 to 4 years in your college life. I can't say enough about attending open days. Really important. Come, travel there, see what your travel expectations would be for attending particular places. Get to speak to lecturers, get to attend mini lectures, get to speak to current students. It's really important to go to them and generally get the vibe for the university. And again, is that somewhere you feel in your heart and your gut that you would like to attend for the next 3 to 4 years? So look, that's from me. If you've any questions, I'm going to check the chat now, but if you have any questions, just take down that email there that you're very welcome to contact us on, and we will endeavour to answer any of your questions beyond this evening. studenthelp@dcu.ie. I'm just going back into here, and I'm going to stop sharing. You're very welcome, everybody. As I say, studenthelp@dcu.ie. Thank you very much for this evening, and the best of luck with all exams and everything you have going forward, whether you're a student or a parent of a student. We're wishing you the very best of luck, and very importantly, we really hope to see and meet you in DCU in September 25. But please feel free to ask us any relevant questions that you want to in the meantime. Thank you very much.